Despite the fact that I constantly tell you guys to stop staring at your analytics, doesn't mean you actually will. You're obsessed with them, you filthy little buggers. How do I know this? Because I'm obsessed with them too. Today, I'm going to be covering the most important analytics you need to look at after a stream is finished. I'm going to show you guys how to tell if your stream is on the right path for growth. And I'm going to show you the most crucial analytic you need to look at across all of Twitch that you can't even find on Twitch. Let's go. Hey, I'm LJ with StreamScheme.com. I'm also a variety streamer over at twitch.tv/LJM_. There are links to both those in the description. And I want to let you guys know straight out of the gate that I am holding a massive charity stream at the end of the month. We have over $2,000 worth of streamer prizes. I'm going to be giving out advice. I'm going to be doing stupid challenges and all sorts of stuff live to support charity. So if you want to find out more about that, join the Discord, go follow me on Twitch. You'll see it sooner rather than later. Today, as I said, I'm going to be covering the most important analytics that I believe you should be looking at if you want to see whether or not your stream is growing in a sustainable way. I'm also going to be using these analytics to tell if your content is working by lifting up my skirt and flashing you guys my stats. Using everything in this video, you're going to be able to analyze whether or not your content is working, whether it's engaging people, what is going to create more chatters, and generally you're going to be able to optimize and create a better stream. And using the very final analytic, which I'll cover at the end, you'll be able to tell whether or not your stream is going to be able to continue long-term with growth. But first, I want to let you guys know about our sponsor, Own.tv. If you have watched this channel before, then you'll know all about Own.tv and how fantastic they are. They are your one-stop shop for all things streamer related. Seriously, they've got alerts, they've got emotes, sub badges, they've got full modular overlays. If you need anything whatsoever, there's a link in the description that you're able to go click on right now and check it out. I promise you, you'll find something on there that you needed, even if it's their panel maker or potentially even their emote maker. So saying it again, there's a link in the description if you want to go check those guys out. If you want to support me, go and support them, because without them, I couldn't make these videos and do this channel. Before we get into the wildly important analytics you guys should be looking at but aren't, we have to cover the most crucial one for growth: revenue. I'm kidding, obviously. Revenue isn't a sign of growth, and I'm just making a joke. Don't look at your revenue. Let's look at the one that you guys care most about: average viewers. Well, you care most about it if we don't include revenue. The most common way to look at your average viewers is you finish up a stream and you look at it and you go, wow, I got an average of 8 viewers, or whatever you're getting currently. Let me know in the comments actually what you're getting. But there is a much better way to look at your average viewers, no matter what size you are. Before we get into that, let's actually look at the most common way. If you want to look at it from a stream by stream basis, you can learn a lot over long periods of time. Before we cover the better way to look at it, let's look at the overall trending way of looking at it. If you look at your average viewers, you'll be able to get an idea for how well a stream performed. This will mean that you can tell what kind of content people are interested in. I think a lot of people look at their streams and say, wow, my average viewers dropped this time around and I just suck. Or, wow, my viewers are up, I'm the best. But both of those ways of looking at things are really detrimental. You should look at the trends of why those things happened rather than the outcome of the fact that it went up or down. You see people with 200, 500 viewers make massive changes and either tank or blow up. It'd be very easy for these people to get their viewers back if they were just aware of the content changes and how it affected their stream. So yes, you can use average viewers to determine the long-term health of your stream, but there is a much better way to look at your average viewers, and that is on a stream by stream basis using the individual average viewer graph. If we look at my average viewers for a Dark Souls stream the other week, then we can see a lot of information that is crucial for me as a creator. At the start, we get a little peek as everyone comes in from my go lives and my Discord announcements, and then it kind of dips back down as people realize, this isn't really for me. But as the night goes on, more people drop in and more people find me from the category or see that I'm live and they come through and you can see it start building. To me, this is a very healthy stream graph. And if you look here around 10 PM my time, I've hit a kind of a peak for what I'll get in a Dark Souls stream. And in fact, you can see it starting to dip slightly as people leave, get busy, maybe they lurk, or the content might just be slowing down. Until the Americans wake up, kick my door down like they're looking for a barrel of oil, and they're ready to go. That's right, because of the YouTube channel, I have a very large American following, so when they wake up in the morning and they see all the go lives, they tend to just barrel in through the door and say hello. So if we ignore the American audience on mine, you can actually see because of that dip, it means that my content is getting to the point where I kind of should either be wrapping up my stream, or I should be coming up with a big engagement tool around here to try get everyone back into being active and potentially get all those lurkers to come back in and start chatting. I'm going to show you guys how you can kind of see that later on using engagement graphs in this video. So my actionable tip, review your average viewers to see how healthy your stream is and the content you're making. If you see spikes or dips, figure out why those spikes or dips came in. Maybe you just got a raid and that's not a good way of seeing a healthy stream. Specifically, you can review your VOD around those sections that you see the spikes and the dips, and you'll get an idea for what caused those people to become active or what caused those people to join the stream. Really important is to not check your average viewers while you are live though. Turn it completely off and check after the stream. If it's low during the stream, you'll get freaked out and probably a little bit upset. If it's also too high, you'll also get freaked out. It's better to take a look afterwards and make sure you take positive steps to improve your average viewers rather than just feeling bad about it or getting excited about it. Let's talk about engagements, because I did a poll a few weeks ago about what stats proved a stream was healthy to you guys. And almost every single one of you said followers don't matter, which I am so happy about because they really don't. Followers are a bad engagement metric because you have no guarantee whether or not someone who follows is actually going to return to your stream the next time you go live. I personally believe there is a much better engagement analytic, which I'll be covering soon in this video. But at the same time, I do have to admit that I do look at my followers per stream. I look at them from an idea of what type of content do my viewers want to watch. The way my stream is set up is that I will start every single stream with a few hours of just chatting. Maybe I'm doing a tier list, a bracket. Maybe I am just honestly talking to you guys. But then afterwards, I will shift into a game, which means when I go back to look at my stream, I can actually see how many followers I gained from the chatting and how many I gained from the game. So if I go and look at my Twitch analytics and I look at that individual graph for this stream, I can actually see that I got 51 new followers for the whole stream. In the first hour, I got 28 new followers. Then the next 3 hours, I only got 22 new followers while playing Pokemon Snap, which sounds fine, right? That's a great amount of followers to gain in a stream. Until you break it down, that means I got 28 followers per hour of just chatting and only 7.2 per hour while playing Pokemon Snap. This means that when I move forward and create more content, I really need to make sure I cater to the just chatting section, because that's where most of my followers are coming from per stream. I also use this to determine whether or not certain games are going to perform on my channel. For example, when I played Valheim, I was getting 16 followers per hour. I played the game for 57.5 hours, so that's roughly 925 followers for that content and that category. This means it did very well for me. That's 1,000 people who enjoyed that type of content. My actionable tip for this section is to pay attention to what kind of content people are following you for. It's part of the reason why follower for follower or switching games a lot doesn't work. People need to follow for the intent to see that content again and again and again until they become a member of the community and will watch you play just about anything. You need to stick to something, be consistent, and allow those people to become community members. Just briefly, I see a lot of creators using the last stream or previous stream comparison tools and feeling quite bummed out. If you see one stream dip and start getting really defeated, it's going to be a long journey for you because you don't get a perfect upward trend in this industry. The only time you should look at a stream, like I said earlier, and go, wow, something really went wrong here, is if you made a massive content change and saw your average viewers tank between those two sections. Personally, I think you need to look for long-term trends and see where you're going. Sometimes I'll look and I'll go, damn, my subscribers are down, or damn, my chatters is down. But then I'll look and I'll see that no, they're not. They're actually still higher than they were a month ago. I just had 1 or 2 streams that underperformed because I played a new game. I just want to say it again, be very careful with staring at your analytics and becoming obsessed with them. You need to look for long-term positive trends and make sure you take steps towards improving yourself rather than just feeling down about your stats. For example, the stat that I care most about, way more than followers, took a massive dip over the past few weeks, and I had to figure out why that was. I looked into it, I made changes, and I was able to get my stat back up to where it should be. Let me tell you about unique chatters. If you make content anything like mine, then you care a lot about chat engagement. It's a big part of my stream, and that means you probably really care about unique chatters. Now, you could look at all of your streams and say, well, this one got X number of unique chatters and this one got Y number, but there is a much better way to look at unique chatters, and that's right, you guessed it, it's with the individual graph. Usually, a stream's unique chatters will start very high with go lives and notifications and discords going off, meaning everyone rushes in to say hello. After that, you will start seeing a normal dip. This is actually pretty common amongst every single streamer. This dip is because most people start to lurk, or they put you on in the background while working or studying or just generally playing games. But that doesn't mean there aren't ways to keep people engaged. You just have to be active, incorporate them into the content somehow, maybe with naming characters, questions, decision making being given to the chat, or even just with commands. Which, if we look at this stream here for me, you'll see I went live with my chatting segment and it was very active. And then it slowly dips off, but you'll see these big spikes of people tabbing back in to join in on heists. a fun chat command based game we have. So my actionable tip here isn't just to look at your unique chatters though, it's also to look at your average viewers alongside it. If your average viewers doesn't drop whatsoever, but your unique chatters does, it means that people are still there watching the content and enjoying it in a different way. Maybe it's just not as engaging when it comes to chatting content. For example, you can see that with my React content at my start and my gaming content at the end. But I can show you this in another graph pretty easily. But first, I gotta throw it out there, if this video helps you out at all, consider checking out the other content on the channel. We've got videos about literally everything. And if any of the content on this channel does end up helping you out, then consider subscribing and potentially liking the video because it really helps us out. But you're not here to help us, we're here to help you. So if you guys are looking for free overlays, more resources, and generally to meet other streamers your size, all trying to grow, all trying to educate and help each other, then feel free to join the Stream Scheme Discord. It's linked in the description. We're going to be releasing more overlays there soon. So subscribe or follow us on Twitter if you want to see when we announce and release those. As I said, you can use unique chatters to check individuals coming out of lurking and how engaged they are. But if you're looking for overall retention rate and how engaged you are with your chat, then I recommend looking at total chat messages and the individual chat messages graph. The total chat messages is fantastic to see whether or not you have a good slope of engagement happening in your stream. You can see how many more messages you're getting per stream and break it down hourly depending on how long each stream was. The total messages shows the overall engagement of the people who were in your stream, but Graph will really help show you when people were really engaged in small segments. This tends to line up with uniques for me, but if you see a big spike in uniques but no big spike in total messages, then it means you engaged them for a second or two, but then they went back to lurking. Both these graphs are for the same stream, and you can really see that while my uniques didn't drastically fall, my chat messages per 5 minutes dropped heavily during this Pokemon Platinum stream compared to the chatting segment at the start of the stream. This tells me that for this particular stream, I didn't do a very good job at engaging my chat during Pokemon Platinum. I needed to work harder, be more engaging, and make better content. That said, almost any gaming content will see a dip compared to a chatting content because the intent behind those two sections is different. It is simply natural that the longer a stream goes on as well, you will start seeing more lurkers and less chat. However, you can use engagement tools to bring them back, as well as make good content to keep them engaged. The actionable tip here is to look at different segments of different streams and see what was engaging for your viewers, and then try and optimize and utilize those to increase your chat activity. That said, just remember that some segments do perform better for chat engagement than others, and they're not all created equally. It doesn't mean the content is bad. Use your average viewers to see that people are lurking, enjoying the content, but just simply not chatting. We are almost at the most important analytic that you need to check if you want to see if your stream is successful. But before we get to that, we have to talk about go lives, because honestly, I've been testing and trying to understand go lives for literally 3 months, and I need to do a whole video on it, but it's just so hard to put everything down on paper properly. My summary of go lives though is you need to both appeal to the person who is going to see it, while also giving them some sort of reason to click and trying to call them to the action of clicking. Similar to my video about titles that I've linked in the description, if you aren't setting up titles you need to be, you can set up a go live that has a statement that's worth debating, or generally something that is worth clicking. For example, pineapple belongs on pizza, come change my mind. It's a fantastic go live. Everyone understands the meme behind it, they can click it and they'll come in and they'll start yelling at you about pineapple pizza. Or you can do something like buying chat a $280 million mansion. Come decide which one we buy. So these go lives worked really well for me, but as I said earlier, I got 27 followers on one stream just from just chatting, and that's pretty common for me. But if you've never done just chatting, you've never done content like this, those go lives wouldn't appeal to your audience. You need to think about what your audience wants to see and what they are going to click. You also need to think about your retention rates. If someone were to click your go live and it says that you're buying a mansion, but you're 5 minutes into your stream and you're suddenly playing Valorant or doing a game, then they're going to be confused as to what they clicked for and potentially just straight up leave because it's not the content they wanted. If they click and you're actually doing a mansion tour, or you say you're about to do it, there's a much higher chance they're going to stick around because that's the content they clicked for. On the topic of retention rate, I did a very cheeky go live a few weeks ago that got me 282 clicks and a huge spike in unique chatters, but I did see a large chunk of them leave after the first 30 to 45 minutes, so my retention rate wasn't there. That said, my overall stats for that stream were better, and a big chunk of them not only left, but also stayed and increased my overall chat. I want to do a full video breaking that down, so subscribe if you want to see that in the future. You can also use big events to boost your clicks on your go lives. You can add big announcement in all caps, or you can throw something in where it says, we've just hit 10K followers, huge excitement, celebration. These kinds of things will make people click more. However, if you use them too often, people will get used to it and then they'll stop clicking because it's not an exciting thing anymore. You can see how many followers are actually getting your go lives and how many are clicking them after a stream is done if you go into your Twitch analytics. The actionable tip here is if you have followers who are clicking a go live, then pay attention to what has worked, what hasn't worked, and try to make it as engaging as possible. Tailor it to meet your audience and do your best to be honest with it while giving clickbait, because you need to retain them once they actually join the stream. So the final analytic, the most important analytic for your stream's growth that you can't find on Twitch, that you can't find on Sully Gnome, Twitch Tracker, Twitch Strike, or anywhere else, because the most important analytic for all of streaming is how much you and your community are actually enjoying the streams. If all of your stats say that you are growing, but you are miserable, you hate your content, maybe you're bored, maybe you're just generally stressed out to hit the go live button now, then honestly, you need to make a change, even if it means losing your viewers, because losing a few viewers in the short term so that you enjoy yourself is better than quitting streaming altogether. Streaming at its core is meant to be enjoyable, and you should be happy doing what you are doing. And staring at your analytics aggressively and doubting yourself won't help you do that. As a streamer, you need to settle for the fact that what you love to do might not be best for your growth. You need to find a balance between enjoying what you're doing, growing, and avoiding burnout. Before I started this YouTube channel, I was playing Minecraft hardcore for a while, and on those streams in a 3-hour section, I was getting between 30 to 45 followers, which was massive for me. Now on YouTube, in a whole day, I get around 120 followers to my stream. Back when I was playing hardcore Minecraft, I was bringing in the same amount of followers I do now while live without any extra funnels, without anyone else coming in and checking me out from YouTube. If I had continued doing that until now, I could be at double the followers, I could be at double the unique chatters, but honestly, I would probably hate streaming. I have nothing against Minecraft, but it just wasn't the community that I wanted to build, and it wasn't the community that I already established wanted to be a part of. So I made a big change, and while I saw a massive dip in my followers coming in, I was enjoying myself, and I'm still streaming to this day. The other crucial part is whether or not your community is actually enjoying your content. My established community was enjoying Minecraft, but they were not enjoying the chat that came with it. You can usually gauge whether or not someone's enjoying it from the overall chat messages, unique chatters, and generally getting a good vibe for it. But another good one to look at is your unique clips made graph. If you go in, you can actually see when people are clipping content. It's not a direct correlation to enjoyment, but it's a damn good signal to say that someone really enjoyed a moment and thought it was worth clipping. So my final actionable tip of this video: make sure you are balancing the growth of your stream, the growth of your stats, with your enjoyment of the stream and making the content you want to make. If you burn out, your stream's gonna die, even if your stats look good. Think long term if you want to make this your career, and don't chase short-term fame. I hope this video helped you out, guys. I might see you later this week if I decide to release a second video. If not, I'll see you guys next week, so consider subscribing for more content weekly.